Vic, you're muted.
Thank you, my guy.
Yeah.
Hey, man, thank you for coming through. Thank you for coming through for another episode of Vick3 Presents the Eagles Post Game Panel Live Show. I got my guy here, BLSG, letting me
Yes,
know I'm
sir.
on mute. Papa Sora, I got him too, but he's out at the moment.
Somewhere.
Yeah, he's out right here, right now. Yeah, man, we were running a little late with the East meets West. We were doing the live play-by-play, and now we're here. Yeah, man, we'll be joined by a couple of few others at the moment. Everyone's, gathering themselves right now. It's a little exciting after this win. My guy, thank you for coming through, but we won. We got a win at home. What did you think?
This was a great win, man. I mean, and look at this leader, man. You see this number right here? This guy right here, Mr. Jalen Hurts. I know he was a little shaky out the gate. He had those early 3 sacks, and then he had that interception. He had those turnovers. He had to make those corrections. Sirianni went up to him and said, hey, man, we can't let that happen again. You can't be doing that every single drive. That cannot happen. And then this guy right here, he makes the adjustment, and you know what he did? He lit it up for over 300 yards combined. And that is a grown man right there, and that's our leader right there. That guy right there.
Yo, definitely.
Put some respect on his name.
Yeah, man. We seen there were some ups, there were some downs, but for the most part, man, it was great. You got to give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, 100%. Even Gio says grown man.
Yeah, and the one thing you got to look at it now, and we're talking about it, we're going into this better position to go into the playoffs. We only got 3 games to go. We win these 3, and it's a definite. We're in.
Hey, lock in that 7th seed. Lock in that 7th seed and get us in.
Hey, before I kick things off, let me give a shout out to the people in the chat. Papa Sora, Gio from the 215, Eagles Uncensored, my guy Philly Foothills. Appreciate y'all for coming through. We about to kick it off. They're about to come in a little later. But, let's start it off. The guys will be here in a little bit, but, we can't wait for everybody. Let me get your raw reaction on this game. Overall, when we're looking at Jalen Hurts, we're looking at the offensive line, we're looking at the defense. From start to finish, what are your raw reactions on this game?
My instant raw reactions, like I said before, Jalen Hurts, fantastic performance. This man played fantastic today. I know he had the early 3 sacks, like I said before, as well as that early interception and that strip sack by Montez Sweat that he had on Jalen Hurts. I know he had to get all those out of the way. I know he was a little rusty out of the gate, but he made the adjustment. Sirianni said, hey, man, we can't do that again. We can't do that anymore. We can't be turning the ball over. And Jalen Hurts clearly listened to him and made a statement. And in terms of the running backs, in terms of that, fantastic job. Fantastic job. Miles Sanders looked great. Jordan Howard looked great. Jalen Hurts running the ball looked really good. And I think Kenny Gainwell, he looked pretty good too at the end of the day. So the running group looked really good. The wide receivers, Jalen Hurts getting the ball down to them, looked really nice tonight. It looked really solid, especially with Dallas Goedert for over 100 yards. He was also shaky, but at the end of the day, he ended up getting it together as well, and he ended up doing some big things on the field. Offensive line, when they started out with the 3 sacks, it was like they were missing Landon Dickerson. They really didn't feel the same without Landon Dickerson. And when they had Sua Opeta starting in place, they really didn't feel the same. But then Sua Opeta goes ahead, and what does he do? Makes the adjustment, protects Jalen Hurts, and gives him enough time to throw that football. And that's in terms of the offense. Now, when we look at the defense, before we ended up getting pressured to Garrett Gilbert, before we ended up getting pressured to him, we were letting him drive all the way down the field. We were letting him get all the way down the field, which was honestly unacceptable. We can't be letting this happen to a practice squad quarterback. That's honestly unacceptable. So that honestly can't happen going forward. But we ended up making the adjustments like before. So a lot of adjustments came into this game, especially for the defense. And you know what? At the end of the day, Eagles came out with the dub, made a statement, and hey, man, we're back at 500. Let's go.
Yeah, definitely. Finally back to 500, man. Hey, my guy BPS, what's going on? How we doing?
Cool, man. Chilling. How are you guys?
Feeling great right now. Hey, what's good, Jay Boogie? Papa, you're here. Papa.
What's going on?
Yo, what's going down, Papa? What up, LSG? What up, Jerry?
You.
Good, y'all.
How about
Hey,
that
before-
win,
before-
guys?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What up?
Amazing win. Amazing win. Let me just say
Crack
something real
'em if you
fast.
got 'em, boys.
My guy.
E-A-G-L-E-S, baby.
Eagle.
Heck yeah. Jordy Fighter, my guy, I appreciate you, man.
But
I know
hang
you
on,
couldn't
I'll be
stop
right
by,
back.
but thanks for
Give me a
stopping by. I
second. Give me a
appreciate
second.
One.
it. Jay Milton, too. Thank you for coming through, my guy. Oh, speaking of him, what's good, Jay?
What's going on? What's going on, man? Always good to connect after a good game. Always good. Always. How's
Yes,
everybody
sir.
doing
Yes,
tonight?
Awesome, man. Even better now. We just got a Christmas gift.
You know what I'm saying? Best gift of the year right there.
Great. I was about to say it's been a pretty good
Yo,
day
we got
so
the
far.
12
You
days
know,
of Christmas, man.
it's been a good day. I saw
12
Spider-Man.
games of Christmas.
Eagles
The 12
won. The
gifts of
Lightning
Christmas.
are ahead right now.
Man, fuck the Lightning.
Man, you don't talk shit about
So, Papa, I got
the back-to-back national
BLSG.
championships.
Yes, sir.
Let me get your raw reaction on today's game from start to finish. What did you think?
I think we got the kickoff time wrong. I think we forgot that it was at 7. So we showed up a little bit later, but it's fine. We only played 3 quarters, but that's all we needed. Freaking excellent game by Jalen Hurts. I refuse to say he has an interception. I'll give him the fumble, but I refuse to say he has an interception.
That wasn't even his fault. That was Dallas Goedert.
Yeah, that was a weird play.
It really was.
That really was a weird one, though.
That was the most Greg's word. Sorry, that was the most Eagles play ever.
That's just so unlucky.
That play probably describes the entirety of the season, which is just what the fuck.
Just huge question marks, basically.
Yeah, just bullshit. But looking at it right now, if that interception, even though it wasn't his fault, he had a 125.25 passer rating, Jalen Hurts. 296 yards. Just passing, rushing. I think it was what, like 80? No, not 80. Like 30 something, maybe.
Like 30-something yards, plus it also set a franchise record for rushing touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hurts had
10.
38 rushing yards.
Passed Vick
2
in
touchdowns.
2010 with 9. Yeah, I've got the stats up. So 20 for 26, 296, 1 passing touchdown, 1 bullshit interception, 8 carries for 38 yards, 2 touchdowns,
And he goes further.
and a fumble. I'll give them the fumble. I think 2 of those were drops, or not 2 of those. A lot of those were drops. So taking away the drops, I'm pretty sure he only had 2 or 3 incompletions.
I think what was he, 20 and 26?
Yeah,
20
he was 20 for 26. So I
Yeah.
think if you take away the drops, I think he would take away the drops. He's either 23 or 24 for 26.
Yeah, had a good game. There were some decisions I thought he didn't make that, we'll talk about a little bit, but for the most part, we got the win. He had a good game too.
And actually, we ran the goddamn ball for a lot more times than we should have.
Right. I do find it funny that throughout the entire season we don't have a single guy to rush for 100, and then we get back to back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I kind of find that funny.
Hey,
I also find it a little upsetting. My Anders does not have a touchdown on the year.
Yo, I was talking to my mom after the game, and I and I had said something that would be pretty interesting for a Super Bowl. Yo, Eagles versus Colts. My mom after the game, and I had said something that would be pretty interesting for a
that
Super
game.
Bowl. Yo, Eagles versus Colts.
I'm gonna say right now we don't win that game. And I'm not saying that because of Carson Wentz. I'm saying that because of Jonathan Taylor.
I'm just saying that. because-
Jonathan Taylor.
Hell, everybody on this team can stop Jonathan Taylor.
But
I mean,
BTS,
realistically,
let me get your reaction. What did you think about the game?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Then the guy behind you.
Yeah, the guy behind me. Go ahead now, fine.
Frosty, what are you doing
My
back there?
assessment towards this game was exactly what I kind of imagined to be. I thought they were gonna start off sloppy because they didn't play in like 2 weeks, and you have to give the team slack for
Frosty,
starting
yeah.
off
Fuck you, by the way,
early.
Washington.
Yeah, they started off sloppy early, and you have to give them slack because they haven't played in like 2 weeks. Before this, their last game was against the Jets, and Jalen Hurts' last game was against the Giants. So for how good he played today, other than that interception was on Goddard, I thought the team played very well. I thought they played how they were supposed to play, and they got the job done. They got the win. They didn't look flashy. They didn't look the best on the papers and stuff. But like statistically, they were amazing. They didn't do the flashiest things, but man, Rager had those screens that got those 40-yard plays, and Sanders got like a 30-yard off sprint. So man, I love what I saw today from the guys, and Jalen Hurts looked phenomenal today. He played impressive. I thought he played a very low-key type of game. He was 20 for 26, and that one interception, that costly interception, was on Dallas Goedert. That was not on Jalen Hurts. Yeah, but defensively, I thought we could have played better. We gave up a lot of easy short yard plays, check down screens. They kind of used some end arounds. The way they schemed up in that first quarter was good for a team that kind of was caught off guard because they didn't play in 2 weeks. But yeah, kind of what I predicted.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Jay Boogie, what did you think?
I thought it was a really good team win. Congratulations to Rager. Welcome to the team, sir.
Right. Glad you finally showed up.
Right?
Yeah.
We've been waiting for quite a while.
And Hurts had a wonderful passing game. He didn't use his legs as much this one, which was good. He looked really good. I think the defense came alive a little later in the game. Fletcher had a talk with his man on the sideline over there.
He saw it too, right?
Like, he was like, "Yo, what the hell you doing, bruh? Let's bring the pressure. These guys
With what, Sirianni yelling at Hurts?
No, when
JG
Cox ran over to Gannon, and on the sideline, you can see he's talking to him. He's not facing him, but he's talking to him, and he had some things to say. He was kind of upset.
Got it. I was like, wait, where are we at now?
We got the whole family. What's good?
Yo,
Hey, we here.
Sir.
What do we now? Are we not over 500, but we are right at 500. So you can't call us terrible. You can't call us horrible. We're not. We're at 500. We're
7-7 on the year.
Yeah.
Does anybody know off the top of their head who the Vikings have next week?
The Vikings.
Their remaining are Dolphins. Hold up. It is Dolphins, Rams, Packers.
Ooh, Rams,
they got to run a gauntlet.
We're going to drop 2 of those, maybe even 3. Let's go Dolphins.
They could end up not winning a game for the rest of the season.
No, let's not go Dolphins.
We don't need the Dolphins.
The Vikings may not even win a game.
We need the Dolphins.
I don't care if they lose that game. I mean, I don't care. I want the Vikings to win that game, but the other 2, they're going to lose.
It really doesn't matter if the Dolphins lose that game, because if they lose that game, that helps us a lot. No, if they win that game, it helps us a lot, because even though they don't draft good this year because of how many wins they're winning right now, we still get a mid pick, and I'm fine with a mid pick. You can get a good player that can slip to you. I think a lot of players can slip to you, and you get into the playoffs. Maybe you're in the hunt now, so.
Well, we definitely got our 3 first rounders now, so that's good.
Yeah,
that's all we can ask for.
Yeah.
True. For the Vikings, it's Rams, Packers, Dolphins. I don't think that's the correct order. I think, but those are their next 2 opponents.
Nah, for the Vikings, it's home against Los Angeles, at Green Bay, home against Chicago.
Hey, speaking of you, Jay, let me get your reaction. What did you think of this game from the beginning, from the start to the end?
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. You talking to me?
Yeah. I was like, let me get your reaction from the
Right
start to
on.
the end. What did you think about it?
Man, I thoroughly enjoyed this game. From start to finish. When you really look into it, like if you watch the game, they didn't score into the fourth quarter. Our defense didn't give up a touchdown for real until the fourth quarter. Those 10 points, they gifted those off of short fields, which they did exactly what they were supposed to do as the Washington football team, take advantage of those turnovers. But then we buckled our chin strap, like Slay said, knocked the rust off, and then everybody showed up to play collectively. We had another solid game from everybody. The defense only gave up 63 rushing yards. It seemed like a lot more. It really seemed like I had to look at it. I said, hold on, let me make sure
It's
it's the
because
right
of
game.
those
Yeah, they
checkdowns.
only had 63 rushing yards on the ground. Like they killed us in the air with 194, but Hurts put up 296, so that just cancels that out. But all in all, it was a really good game. I enjoyed it. It was good. It was a good win, especially the week of Christmas. You know what I'm saying? So it really
Early
helps
Christmas
us
gift.
roll into these last 3 games. You know, so I'm ecstatic about the game.
It really.
Hurts made some really, really, really good passes this game. Like some really good ones. He dropped some good dimes exactly when he was supposed to. If Goddard pays attention, I mean, he had 135. He could have had 175 easy.
Easily.
You know what I mean? Had he not looked back, had he caught the ball and then ran, he could have almost had 200 yards just itself. So it was a really good game. The only thing is, I just wanted to see Smitty get some more targets. He had 5 targets, 3 catches. So it is what it
Where
is.
was
But I'm
Watkins
excited
today?
though.
Yeah.
Watkins. That was one thing I was surprised with.
Watkins was there for
He
a
was
couple
there,
of clutch
Aaron
Two
plays.
was. It
catches, I
felt like
think that was
I
good.
mean, Watkins caught
That's
both
been
passes.
let's be
thrown
real.
his
That's
way
been
for 14
Watkins for
yards.
the past couple of weeks. He's been there for for the clutch plays.
Yeah, he starts the game and he ends the game. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like a lot of rushing yards because they kept getting on those little checkdowns to Antonio Gibson. So it felt like rush yards because he kept gassing us with those checkdowns and those little slant passes.
Oh yeah, man, he's been kind of just torching us on those slants too. Plus, finally, God, the fact that Rager finally shows up, it's like about fucking time. What's the goddamn?
Right?
What did you think about the game, my guy? What's your reaction?
I think if you take away that sloppy or that unlucky interception by Dallas Goedert, I think we could have won the season. I mean, no matter what you look at it, a win's a win. No matter how you look at it, it was good, the bad, the ugly. Overall, I think at times we need to start. We need to kind of tighten up that defense. Or should have tightened up that defense early because they were killing us on the short game, especially. But the running game for Washington, they could not get past our rush defense. We kind of just pretty much plugged that up. Oh, what the hell? Come here. Oh, damn. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I think I'm frozen. I think my computer's acting weird.
All right.
Yeah, you're frozen.
We'll head up to Nightings. Nightings, let me get your reactions. What did you think of the game from start to finish?
Well, the start was really we were making a lot of mistakes on offense. Like the Goddard drop was awful. It was really unlucky. Yeah, I think you remember it bounced off his leg. He still needs to catch that, right? Hurts lost it. I mean, I'll say the fumble was his fault, but the pick was nowhere near his fault, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and basically, after and then 10-0, Washington had the lead, and from that, I don't know when what happened, but we just got a spark, and then we got momentum, and from then on we never looked back, and we won this game because we started off pretty bad, and at one point we just like I said got a spark and we gained momentum. So I actually liked the running game today. We were finding a lot of holes on offense, and we were getting pretty good gains in my opinion. And for Hurts, I don't think he did bad at all passing. he had a lot of completions, not too many incompletions. He had like about 270 yards or so, and that I'll give him the fumble, but the interception was clearly not his fault. So Hurts did really well tonight, in my opinion, when he came back. And for defense, I don't think the defense was bad at all today. I mean, I know we did give up a touchdown to Gibson, and I believe what was the other touchdown for Washington?
What was it? Was Warren got one or no?
Patterson.
Oh, Patterson.
It was after it should have been deflected, but Slay was.
Yeah.
Oh wait, are you
It was
talking
that one
about
play.
the fake when they were trying to run the ball and they ended up throwing it to the tight end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that got them to like
Yeah,
the
they're
1 or 2 yard line, and then Patterson
Right.
punched it in the very next play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say Patterson and Gibson had the 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
the 2 rushing games or running backs.
Slay was. I'm gonna be honest here. Slay was disappointing today.
Yeah, this was definitely the worst game of the season.
Yeah.
He made 3 mistakes. He gave up that
But-
big gain to Terry McLaurin, and again that he was supposed to deflect it. I mean, he was close to it. I might need to like pick up.
He almost got it, but also
That's-
He deflected a couple
I
of
just
balls,
want
though.
to
He was out there like Spider-Man, deflecting
Y'all
balls.
know I'm going to defend my guy. So I just want to say this.
Yeah. Give
You
him
know I'm
credit.
gonna defend him.
It's almost it's so hard to have eyes in the back of your head basically, and to know where the receiver is. I mean, it's really not as easy as we think it is. I mean, because you could look real quick and then he can move, so
Right.
you got to give. I think Slay obviously didn't play his best game, but I don't think he played terribly either. I mean, he didn't play nowhere near Nelson status.
Yeah,
That
definitely.
that just shows how good Slay is. He can have one bad play and the rest of the game he shut down McLaurin.
Yep.
So it's more sort of that one play, and then you look at the rest of the game, he shut down McLaurin. I mean, McLaurin is one shifty receiver, and
Right.
it's very hard to guard him. I don't care what corner you are. I mean, Ramsey, but he gets catches on most corners.
He'll even give Ramsey a fight. He'll give Ramsey a fight too.
Yeah.
He might give Ramsey a couple.
I like the creativeness of seeing him on offense, even if it was only for a decoy. Have him
He was
run
in
in motion.
Everyone was crazy. Everyone got crazy. They're like, we see Slay. But let me get your reaction. Let me get your raw reaction, Foothills. What do you think of the game from beginning to end?
I liked the way the team responded after going down 10-0. I thought we responded the way we should have, playing against a lot of backup players for the football team. If a lot like Jalen Williams said in the chat there, if we play against a healthy football team, it may be a different outcome, because you have to remember that was a 4th string quarterback, throwing deep on us. So there's definitely some things we need to tighten up on the defensive end. But as far as the offense, I like the way we ran the ball today. We got it to Goddard and let him do his thing with the yak yards. And yes, he did have a couple of bad drops, especially the one that went off his heel. Is that one? I mean, the second one that he dropped, the real easy catch, he obviously looked upfield first.
Yeah.
But the first one that went off his heel, he looked that into his hands. So that was a stone cold drop. That's completely on Goddard, not on Hurts. That should have been a huge gain. He had nothing but green field in front of him. So, I mean, for the most part,
I was going to say that would have gone like 50 yards.
Oh yeah, if not a
was
touchdown.
so
I mean,
pissed.
he would have been gone, dude. Seriously.
Foothills.
Seriously.
Well,
I
that
was
was a good segue because I just wanted to say, speaking of Goddard, for the most part, he had a great night. He had those 2 slip ups. But yeah, man, you got to give credit where credit's due. I think he broke his receiving yard record from, what was it, the week before?
2 weeks.
Am I correct? In season, it was 2 weeks ago. But he broke that. I don't think he didn't get a touchdown. No tutties on for Dallas, correct?
Not in this game, no.
Yeah, so still a great night, good receiving night. He got the ball downfield. He got us in good spots. He got us out of bad spots. What are your thoughts on it? I'll start off with you, Foothills. What do you think of Dallas' night?
I thought for the most part that he played pretty solidly because I seen him. He's one of the better blocking tight ends in the league, and he was doing his job out there blocking on the second level, things like that. And he didn't let those early drops get into his head. He kept fighting. And I like to see that in a young guy like he is. He's definitely still developing. He's still maturing as a professional athlete. And even more so, even everything good that we've seen from him on the field, even on top of that, you've seen on that pass interference, that kind of questionable call that they called on Avonte Maddox, who was on the sideline rooting for his best friend. And his teammate. So I like to see that definitely. I like to see that spirit and just that continuedness that he has with just being confident and just going out there and fighting and playing the next down.
Yeah, definitely. J Mill, what you think about Goddard's performance tonight?
Oh man, I really enjoyed Goddard's performance because like Foothills said, once he made that first drop, I was like, oh man, is this thing gonna linger on? But he made it seem as if it never happened. You know what I mean? He kept on grinding, kept on playing. Then the second drop happened, and I was like, all right, come on, guy, let's tighten up. But he definitely was exactly where he needed to be when we needed him. He made the clutch catches. Of course, I would have loved to have the other two, but I'll take the 7 for 135. I really enjoyed what he did. I enjoyed everything Goddard did out there today, minus the drops, But I mean, he played solid. I like that, and like Foothills said, taking up for his teammates and stuff like that. So it's really good. I think those guys have a really solid bond in that locker room, and it's only going to get stronger.
Yeah, he definitely was clutch tonight. Jerry Lee, my guy. What did you think of the $50 million man tonight?
I thought he did very well. I mean, besides like everybody else has been saying, the dropsies, he came through clutch. I think he should get the ball more often. I'm glad that he was targeted a lot this game. It was just a really good win, man. I'm really proud of our team tonight, man. I really am. So I wish I had some drinks.
I have some off camera. I don't want to put a bad impression on the kids. But BTS, you're up next. What did you think of Goddard tonight?
I thought Goddard had an impressive game. That first drop, bro, I was pissed as hell, bro. I was like, if Erz had that, he would definitely caught that. I was screaming all types of shit, man. I loved Goddard, but that first drop pissed me the hell off. But other than that, the dude played phenomenal. He had 7 catches for 135 yards. No touchdowns, right? He had no touchdowns. He played amazing. He gave you those like little crossers. He gave you those 15-yard plays. And he just gave you those chunk yards, those yak yards. I was impressed with how he played, but he just did his job. They didn't have no guy that can stop him, and he's done his job the last 2 games. He played very well against his performance. Now, he shouldn't have dropped both of those 2 catches, but it doesn't matter. He still played well, and he was one of the reasons we won the game, so I'll take it.
Yeah, definitely. Papa, what did you think of the Eagles tight end?
Yeah, I mean, definitely besides the drops, I was absolutely pissed. I mean, I was on Twitter saying Goddard walks home with half of his pay, and then slowly but surely changed that to, all right, never mind. I'm sorry. You get full pay, my guy. Especially that one, I think it was to set up our first touchdown. That play when he mossed the QB or whatever, or ripped it out of his hands, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Into double coverage deep. Yeah, that was a beautiful catch.
That was a big man. I saw that and I was like, there's only a couple of people I can think of that can make that catch. Yeah, definitely. The second drop, I think, like you said, Foothills, was he just turned up and looked. Right. He was ready to run before he fully secured it, which I mean,
he kind of like looked.
It happens to everybody. I would like to see that not happen anymore. First of all, let me get that out the way. Yeah, no, I thought Goddard had a great night. I mean, like I completely forgot who said it. I think it was you, Foothills. He was pissed with that DPI call on Maddox.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he was fired up for that shit. I mean, he's just fired up. I'm literally looking on Twitter right now and him and his buddy, the elf costume, doing his post game interview. So, I mean, this dude is fired up. This dude loves Philly. This dude has played his heart. I mean, yeah, I thought he had his best game was against the Jets, and then he beat that. So, I mean, if that's the case, then his next game should be better than this game, and that's what you want to see. He is progressing along with this entire team, or I guess I should say this entire offense.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I definitely think, and even there was one he had with a tight end screen that was amazing. He got called back because somebody was holding, but there was one that was a tight end screen that was amazing. So, yeah, I think Goddard had.
That might have been Mulata, I think.
Yeah, Mulata had a terrible
fantastic
game.
night.
Yeah, he had 2 calls tonight that were horrible holding calls. One, I don't fault him for it. He's a huge man. He had someone the size of BPS running up to him. He had nothing to do but just engulf his body within him.
Yeah.
That's the best I could explain to it. He just engulfed him. But BLSG, what did you think about Dallas Goedert and his performance tonight?
I thought he looked great, honestly. Like, besides those 2 drops, the first one where he wasn't where he originally looked and then he turned away, I'm like, WTF. That was my instant reaction. I'm like, WTF, what are you doing?
Oh, nice.
See what I threw in there? And then the second one.
You said WG.
I'm not sure if I really paid attention to that one, but one I think was on Hurts, and then the other one was on Goddard. So honestly, the one that's on Goddard, I'm honestly more mad about. But apart from those 2 drops, he had a great game. I'm not gonna lie, I can't argue the performance from Dallas Goedert today. And at the end of the day, keep it up, and you're gonna deserve that money. Keep it up, and you're gonna deserve it.
Hey,
I agree.
Definitely, I agree.
Take down fans speaking facts.
Yeah,
right?
Get Gowan on the field.
Are we
already.
sure this isn't AK's burner account? Like,
Listen,
we literally talked about this last night.
No, he wants to
Oh
go.
man.
This is literally.
I think you're very close, Papa.
I was gonna say we literally talked
Papa,
about
that
this
sounds
last
about
night.
right.
Slay, you were there. We literally talked about this last night with Tay Gowan over
Tay Gowan fan.
else.
Heck yeah. Hey, let me ask you all. We had some ups and downs, but what did you think about Miles Sanders tonight? He had a good rushing game. He had some drops though. Even though one wasn't called,
Did he?
he still has an issue. It didn't get called. It was called back for some reason, but he did drop the ball. Matter of fact, I think he was down. That's what it was. He was down. His hand was just down by contact, but he still coughed off the ball. That's been an issue.
Yeah.
What did you think about
that
Sanders'
is hanging on me.
performance?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll start off with you, Foothills. What did you think of his performance tonight?
Miles Sanders, you're talking about?
Yeah.
I thought for the most part, Booby had a pretty good game. I really do. But like you mentioned, no matter I don't want to see the ball. I don't want to bring it down to quarter of an inches and things like that. He should never be letting that football touch the damn ground. And he really needs to tighten that up because that is a big concern for us going down the stretch run here because we know as the weather gets bad and we're not getting on a plane for the rest of the year. We're going to be in New York next week. I think Philly next week again, and then in Washington and then back in Philly. So the weather's going to be it's going to be like it was tonight. It's going to be wet. It's going to be cold. He's got to make sure that he's got to secure that rock. That is something that we have to avoid at all costs because this team, because turnovers lead to points. We can't play from behind. Tonight we got lucky. We were playing against a wounded team, be it injuries, be it COVID, whatever. But yeah, ball security's got to be on the top of the list for Miles Sanders. That's for sure. He had a good night. I wish he could have gotten to the end zone. He's got the most yards from scrimmage of any player in the league right now that doesn't have a touchdown. But like we talked about it in the live play-by-play, Vic, you can't force stats. Play to your strengths. Use your power back when you have goal line situations like that. don't try to don't force people's numbers, because that's not how you win football games. But yeah, for the most part, I like what I saw from Miles tonight.
Awesome. Big play Slay. What you think of Miles? Any cause for concern?
No. There's
None?
still some. All right, I'll say there's some concerns with his fumbling. There's still concerns.
I was about to say, where's the soundboard?
His fumbling is still an issue, but he had over 120 or 118 plus yards. So he had a very good day. I love what I seen. It was kind of reversed from what I predicted. I think I said Howard would get the most yards and Sanders would get the most touches. So I kind of was right because Sanders did get the most touches. I got that right. Sanders got the most touches, but he got the most yards as well. So I love what I seen from Sanders. He's still one of the few running backs in the NFL with the most scrimmage yards without a singular touchdown. That's impressive. Now, we need to get some touchdowns on the board for him. But as long as he helps us win, I'm fine with it. He helped us in the receiving game and the running game, of course. Kind of what I predicted. They would run the ball in between those second and third quarters and then kind of give the ball to Howard in that fourth quarter to gas the defense down because they're tired. But that's what I seen from him, and he played really well.
Yeah. Papa, what'd you think of the Eagles running back tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I'm with. Oh, y'all, I lagged out. So yeah, no, I'm with Foothills. I don't care if you've been down for 5 seconds. Do not let that ball go. I don't care if you're down by contact and everybody and their mother knows you're down by contact. Don't let the fucking football go. I'm sick and tired of seeing it coughed up. Definitely that one big run he had, that was amazing. I thought that was going to be a touchdown. I'm not gonna lie. I was more impressed at the fact that Kelsey was just zooming down the field. I was like, fuck. I was like, shit, just lateral it to him. There you go.
Yeah, I talked about him a
That guy's
lot.
about to
He was
retire,
all the way
seriously? He's
Right?
about to
I
retire.
was like,
up.
there's
That's crazy because he outran Goddard and Sanders.
That's what I'm saying, man. I refuse to believe this
He
man
can move,
retires.
bro. He can scoot.
Listen, he's a big fella that got some moves.
I don't know. All off season, have stick them on your hands and just carry the ball, get used to it. I don't know if that's gonna help you or not, but maybe try that during the off season. But yeah, no, I thought what's his face? I thought rushing wise he did good. I thought he did dancing, but it wasn't like too much dancing where it's like you didn't need to do that. He did it enough to where he was like, all right, now I've got the pocket. I mean, there was one play he literally bounced, ran into his guy, backed up, and was still able to get a couple of yards. So yeah, I thought Miles did well. I think he's got I just think he's got to focus on just holding on to the ball, because there were plenty of times I saw to where even though he was down, I don't care. You hold on to that ball. I will say though, I think I'm getting a little fever. I'm getting some wild card fever up in this bitch. It's getting hot in here.
In that
I like it.
WCF, wild card.
I got
fever.
some WCF, man. I got that wild card fever.
Hey, we do good playing on Saturdays. BPS. I think BPS. I apologize. BLSG. What did you think of Miles Sanders' performance tonight?
I thought he did really well, but I agree with Papa. Even though he played well, he had 131 yards on the ground. You got to hold on to the ball. I mean, even though Papa said before, even though when you're down, you have to hold on to that football. You can't be losing the ball when you're running it, especially if you're a running back, because I believe that's how we fumbled the one play where someone lost the ball, unless if it was Jalen Hurts. But at the end of the day, you have to hold on to the football. I mean, Sanders is still trying to get back into the groove, trying to get it together, because Jordan Howard was kind of leaning back before Sanders returned. But Sanders is starting to find his groove, and hopefully he keeps it up. And I just want to throw this out here real quick. So when I made my YouTube short for a preview for the Eagles and Washington game, I predicted the final score of this game to be 28-16, and I was literally off by 1 point on each side.
Hey, you were close. So close.
I should have had it.
Hey, but Jay Milton, let me get your thoughts. What did you think about Miles Sanders tonight?
I mean, Miles played really good, just like everybody said with the holding on the ball thing. I think that once we got into crunch time, we saw a lot more Jordan Howard because earlier in the season, I forgot who we were playing against. We were up, we're salting the game away, and we had to put Gainwell in because he knew to get down in bounds, to not run out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? He knew that stuff that Miles should have already known because you're already in the league before him, But I mean, Miles played fantastic. It all comes down to holding on to the ball. You know what I mean? Like, don't leave it up to the refs to say, "Oh, was he down? Was he not down?" Then we're going to video. Hold on to the ball, get up with it, and then put it down. Like what Sirianni needs to go there and just tape the ball around him and say, "You know what? I don't want to see you without this ball in your hand. If I see you without this ball in your hand, we got a problem."
Yep.
Oh, coach, I'm about to sit down. You got that ball with you? Coach, I'm about to eat. You got that ball with
program
you?
his ass.
Right? Somebody bring this man to like the hospital and just have him hold babies. Don't let that baby go. Don't let that baby go.
Don't you?
Good idea.
Don't
get
drop
two
that baby.
babies,
Don't you drop it.
and just Vic, take one for the team. Give him your kid real quick for the off season.
Man, hell no, Vic, don't do that. I wouldn't even advise you to do that, brother. I got kids too, Vic. I wouldn't do that.
Take one for the team. Hold on. Oh, sorry. I forgot. We have a prime suspect here. Slay, you're like 100 pounds soaking wet. Go to Miles' house for the offseason. Let him hold on to you like the ball.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm scrolling.
We'll have him cradle Slay.
Yeah, I guarantee my dog is probably a little heavier than Slay.
Man, both of my kids are slapped
Your dog's
Miles
been hitting
3-4
the gym,
times.
huh?
You gonna drop him? I didn't drop him. Yes, you did. I saw you.
Right?
I swear I didn't drop him. Bullshit.
Hey, let me get everyone's thought on Jalen Hurts tonight. He like I said, the red zone. I thought that sometimes he made some decisions he didn't, but he played well. He got 2 rushing touchdowns. We've seen him have nice touch on the ball tonight. Like we said before, we've seen him running less. He stayed in the pocket more. He was a little more confident. What did you think overall of his performance tonight? BLSG, I'll start off with you.
Oh, I'd be glad to start this one off. So, in the beginning, all right, let's go from the beginning to the end. In the beginning, it was a little shaky for Jalen Hurts. He had those 3 sacks. One of them was a strip sack, I believe, by Montez Sweat, of course. And he also threw that 1 interception, which honestly, it was painful. And honestly, at the end of the day, those were unacceptable. But from there, like I've been saying, and I'll say it for the 3rd time because I don't really even care. Nick Sirianni went up to Jalen Hurts and said, "Hey man, we can't be turning the ball over. We can't be doing stupid stuff. We can't be getting sacked. The whole line's got to protect you. We understand that." But Jalen Hurts, after the 3 sacks and the interception, was nearly flawless pretty much the rest of the game because Jalen Hurts, he looked really good. What did he have, like 26 pass attempts, and he completed 20 of them?
Yeah,
Yeah, he went
like
20
26
26 with like 3 or 4 drops.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, anyway, I thought from after the beginning of the game where he had the 3 sacks and the interception, after that, I found him to honestly be nearly flawless. He was like perfect the rest of the game. He's starting to get better. His accuracy's getting better. And even though this is like a banged up Washington team, it's still a win at the end of the day. And this just shows the improvement and this just shows how much Jalen Hurts has improved and how much better Jalen Hurts is getting.
Yeah, he is getting a lot better. Papa, what did you think about Jalen Hurts tonight?
Okay. Yeah, I thought this was. I don't know if I want to go out and say this was his best game, but it's up there. It's pretty well damn up there. Like I said, I think maybe 3 or 4 drops, so you're looking at 23, 24 out of 6 completed passes. Bullshit interception. like I said at the beginning, if it weren't an interception, he would have 125.25 passing grade. Or QBR, sorry. Still think there were some mistakes. I know that one missed touchdown to Devontae Smith, while Smith did get a hand on it, a little high, but if you also look, Gainwell's wide open, like 2 yards in front of you. So I don't know if it's the coach saying, look at Smith directly, or if it's Smith saying, give me the ball, I got it. So I don't know if it was a primary. I'm sure during film, coach is going to be like, you got to see this. So that's something that he can improve on. I think deep shot to guard. Deep shot to Goddard was fantastic in the double coverage. Deep shot to Devontae, that was probably the most painful. The little miss when it was like 2 inches to his right. I don't know if that's on Jalen or if Devontae could have reached out. I thought Devontae got tripped up. I thought that was going to be like a flag or something on the defender. I thought the defender kind of stuffed him a little bit. But yeah, I mean, other than that, the fumble sucked, but the O-line in the first quarter, everything in the first quarter was bad. Especially the O-line. The O-line definitely got better after that fumble though. But I mean, he was poised, he was and we even saw this in like the Carolina game when we were down and we weren't running the ball. And the entire team saying he's poised, he never lost his chill, blah 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 blah. He's not one to lose his chill. He always kind of stays focused. He always kind of stays in the mentality of the game, like it's not over, and it wasn't. So yeah, I thought this was a great game by Hurts. That dime to Greg Ward, that's going to be repeat in my head for until the next game. Even getting the screen passes working, like I think there was mainly only one screen that probably didn't work, and that was the first one we did, and then everything else was fantastic. So yeah, I thought this was one of, if not Jalen's best game.
Yeah, I think it ranks right up there. I agree with you also in that touchdown play to Smith when he had him in the corner. There was 2 guys in his way. It was ill-advised. He shouldn't have thrown it there. Gainwell was right in front of him. That was the guy to go to. But it is what it is. They made the decision. He rebounded from it. But BPS, what do you think of the Eagles quarterback tonight? How did he perform?
He performed good to me, honestly. I thought he played really well. Other than those like 2 like costly like turnovers, I thought he had a good game. There's still things you can work on, and he'll say that himself. But he played well. He did what he had to do. For a guy that hasn't played in 3 weeks, that's impressive. So yeah, he had a sloppy first quarter, but I can't really blame all that on him. Some of those things were probably on him, but you can't fault him for that costly interception. I thought that was more sort of on Goddard. Yeah. I thought that was more on Goddard. I thought Hurts had a good game, personally.
All right. Foothills, what did you think of the possible franchise leader?
I think he's continuing to make a statement, and that statement is
Kenny Pickett, who?
Exactly. Or Russell Wilson, who? Or Deshaun Watson, who? If this team is even thinking about going after sorry.
I was gonna say I don't think anybody wants Wilson at this point.
Willis? I've never heard of him.
He's from
Matt
Liberty.
Corral, who?
I know who he is. I'm just playing. I'm just trying to play around.
But yeah, I mean, I liked what I saw, especially after the first quarter from Jalen. He looked like he was poised out there. He looked like when he knew when that pocket was collapsing, when to get out of there and when to escape. And I'm glad to see his mobility is looking like it's back up to, where it should be. He's probably in that 90% range as far as health goes, I'm sure. So, but I mean, that last touchdown throw There's only a handful of quarterbacks in the league that can throw it on a line, an absolute dime.
Bro, it was so good.
You know, I mean, to a back shoulder throw. That's something that I want to see more of because those are damn near impossible to defend. When you can have a very accurate back shoulder throw, and he threw that on the run too. That I mean, boy, I'm telling you, where are the Jalen Hurts haters at? Like the guy said earlier in our chat, where are they at now? Because I want to hear him. You know, because he's responding. Next, and a victory next week will be another great response, especially after the shit show that he put out there against the New York Giants a couple weeks ago.
I was gonna say he's hungry. He wants his
This is not
revenge.
blue, bro. I just want to say that this is not blue. This is another color. This is another color.
Better take that off right now. Go change your shirt.
I'm about to say burn it.
It's Giants weeks now. You better take any blue off. I don't want to see any blue.
I don't want to see no blue on my
right. Bro, I got blue eyes. I'm finna
Boy,
put in
that
card
looks
contacts, my guy.
disgusting. Take that off right now.
At least it doesn't have
It's going to be green, red, and silver. That's the only three colors you get.
And it was so nice to see Greg Ward get a touchdown. You can see how fired up he was after that. You know, he wants this team to win. He's the veteran receiver, you know, out there. So he definitely wants to become more of a big part of the, you know, not a big.
I was a little bitter with Greg Ward.
He wants to become a part of the offense more. Period. You know, so that's a good way to. That's a great start, and I like that they're getting him more acclimated in the offense because he had another play where he caught that ball on the sideline and he put his shoulder down, fought for more yards. You know, most guys would just run out of bounds. The veteran receiver put his shoulder down, you know, blew up that defensive back and got another 10 yards down the sideline. So that's
These are Jason Vaughn.
And commitment. Those are two things I want out of my players: effort and commitment. I'll take Greg Ward Jr. all day long.
He's our Jason Avant, man. He really is starting to show that he's our Jason Avant.
He's a trusty guy.
Not nearly. I mean, I give Jason Avant this. Jason Avant had way better hands.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Jr. I mean, Jason Avant didn't drop anything ever.
Yeah. We gotta. Do you know we gotta start doing?
Balls in between like two wrecking trains?
Exactly.
We gotta start doing some film reviews. Whoever has the Game Pass, we gotta start doing film reviews on the games, and we can see what's wrong, what's good, what's right, what Hurts looks like, and stuff.
Oh yeah.
J Mill, let me get your thoughts on Jalen Hurts' performance tonight.
Man, Jalen Hurts played really, really good today. You know, Papa was saying this is probably his best game. He has two more games where he's passed for 300 yards this season. They came in back-to-back games. We happened to lose both of those, so I would say this is his best one because it's the most passing yards, and you know, and we won. You know, I mean, he was completely accurate. Like all of his passes were spot on. Like there were none like, oh, you know, the receiver had to do a little extra work to bring it in. He put it right where it needed to be, you know. Prayers up for Jack Stoll. You know, I don't know if he's able, if he's good. I know he got up and walked off, but that hit was those are the worst hits right there. You know, you turn around and the guy's flying at your ankles. You know, there's nothing you can do about that. But I mean, Hurts played well. I appreciated that he didn't run as many times. Anytime that your running quarterback doesn't have to run more than the running backs, something good is going on. You could see in that first quarter, he really didn't know what to expect from the offensive line, so he was real giddy, and I think that's what led to that fumble for sure. But other than that, man, he played really good. He stayed poised. You know, a lot of guys, they look up, oh man, we're down 10-0. These guys are decimated. They're gonna run over us. Nope. He stayed locked in. You know, the whole team stayed locked in, and Jalen Hurts, he really led those guys down the field, you know, to a victory. So shout out to him. I'm really excited to see, you know, what we're gonna do these next 3 games.
Definitely.
The Giants, they put Jones on IR, right? It's gonna be Glennon the rest of the season.
Yeah. No, I think it might be Fromm.
They gave him a chance. Yeah. Was it went on Sunday?
This is what I heard.
Fromm was on Washington.
This is what I heard, Vic. I'll give just a report from what I've heard from the other Giants fans. Glennon is supposed to start the first half, and the second half is supposed to go to From.
What is up with these coaches doing this college gimmick
Right?
stuff? There's no
Right?
need.
I'm getting Dan Mullen flashbacks, bro. I'm getting Steve
Now, I
Spurrier
could be
flashbacks. I'm getting
wrong.
all of it.
I could be wrong.
Papa
Though,
seeing
but
visors.
that's what I heard.
I'm seeing visors everywhere. No.
I mean, they said Glennon is supposed to start.
Start
the
foam. If I
next
just start
game,
foaming
but
at
From
Listen,
could take over.
if it's the
just
neck,
don't worry about it.
if it's the neck, then we're playing against the neck. If it's Fromble, it's Fromble. Whatever the case is.
Jake from
It's kind
State.
of
I
like
can't
how,
wait to hear everybody bitch about how it's like, oh, you only play backup quarterbacks. Bitch, shut the fuck up. It's the NFC East.
and that this is something I just wanted to touch on right now. It's a good thing you brought that up, Papa Sir. A lot of these Redskins fans this week were complaining, saying that we were the ones complaining that we were bitching for the fact of the rescheduling and how it wasn't going to be a fair game if we didn't play it on Sunday. Well, you got what you wanted. Your starters came out, whether or not your starting quarterback or not.
I'm about to say, you got your starters back. We lost starters.
Yep, it is what it is. We delayed it. We were going to delay it again. We can't wait around for your team forever. You should have did better with your COVID protocols. As for us, I said it from the beginning. There were no excuses going into this game. I didn't care what happened. We needed a win, and guess what? We ended up with a win. We're back at 500. I think Jalen Hurts performed greatly tonight. There was 2 mistakes I think he made. One end zone again, the other one with the fumble. But other than that, the kid was putting zip on the ball. He was putting touch on the ball. I think he heard a lot of the talk of Gardner Minshew and how Gardner's a pocket quarterback, who could do a lot of things. And Jalen was like, you know what? I could be that too. I could be more than that. And I think he showed that tonight. Great performance by Jalen. I think he also shut up a lot of people going forward, talking about the draft. Like Papa said before, when you're talking about Kenny Pickett, who? Jalen's, slowly but surely proving himself.
No, that's just me being a salty bitch.
Oh, no, nothing salty. It is what it is. We've seen how we out there. We know what they want. So, now it's up to Jalen to prove them wrong, and that's what he's doing right now. Just like it was said before.
I just hate people.
There were a lot of people, even during the game, I guarantee you, if you go on Twitter right now, there's probably some tweets of them calling for Minshew, but there's probably some taking down after that second half because they've seen what he can do. Now, like I said, after this game, Jalen performs well, it should be silenced. Minshew's a backup for a reason. Now, let's not talk about any of backup quarterbacks, any of that drama. Let's get to the matter at hand. This is like a weekly topic. I always say it's my weekly segment of, I wish I had a Jerry Seinfeld voice for this, but it's like, what's going on with Jonathan Gannon? We've seen this first half. Defense was horrible. We were creating no pressure. I know, like I wish I could do the Jerry Seinfeld voice, but I feel like I need that for this segment. What's going on with Gannon? But honestly, it took Fletcher Cox, it looked like, to have a private conversation with him. Not so private, but you know what I mean? He wasn't looking directly at him. He was keeping his mouth straight forward. His eyes contact was looking straight. But after that conversation, the defense picked up. But let me start off with you, J. Mill. What did you think about Jonathan Gannon? What do you think about him?
Man, Gannon, he goes from, all right, good, you're doing this, to what are you doing? Like, I really felt like we should have had a ton of more pressure on him. If you notice after the first 3 or 4 drives, your front 4 ain't getting there, send somebody else. Like, send someone. Just send someone to see if he can pass the ball to beat us, or if he's just gonna hold on to it and we're gonna get to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least try it. Like, let me see. Let me see us get gashed. I'm like, all right, yeah, let's just keep pushing the 4 and let's play coverage. And then, like on 3rd down, if it's 3rd and 7, why are we playing 5 to 6 yards off of the receiver? Like, why? Like, come on now. I'm not a DB. I'm not a coach. But I know that it makes sense that if I run up, I could turn around by this 1st down, and my quarterback give me the ball, I can catch it, take the hit, 1st down, and that's what we're trying to do, get the 1st down. So as a defense, we're trying to stop them from getting the 1st down so we can get off the field. I don't know, man. Gannon, he needs to go work with a lot of other defensive coaches and coordinators to study. Like, I appreciate his humility and not taking apparently I heard he was interested in his name was mentioned in a head coaching job. You know what I'm saying? It was good for you to really not take that job and go somewhere else. But he really needs to. He has to tighten up. I wasn't thoroughly impressed with the defense until the second half, and then once we tied it up 10-10, going into the halftime, it was a totally different second half. You would have thought we would have held them to 0 points, which we theoretically did, but they got 17.
Let's say
on the board.
theoretically,
It is what it is.
Without the dumbass interception, and then I wouldn't say the fumble, it would have been like 10 points.
Yeah. I mean, I would agree with that, Papa. I would have to, but I mean, Gannon, I don't know, man. I haven't seen many. Well, I tell you what, though, I'll take Gannon every day over Greg Williams.
I was like, wait, what?
Bag.
I will say this: you said it perfectly, man. Gannon needs to tighten up. Plain and simple. He needs to get it together. But Foothills, my God, what do you think of our defensive coordinator?
All right, cool. Time to get rejected.
He's on that fence of, his seat is definitely getting warm, in my opinion. It's definitely getting warm because when the front, like someone said earlier, when the front four is not getting home, we got to dial up the pressure. I think it was Jay Mill that just said it. When the front four is not getting home, we got to bring pressure from somewhere else. And when you got to show some faith in your defensive backs and have them up at closer to the defensive line. You have decent safeties. That not a lot of teams that beat us over the top. Yeah, they did hit that big play today, down the field to McLaurin, but I don't know, man. Like I said, Gannon's he's kind of just like a notch above Jim Schwartz, basically. That's basically what I'm seeing right now. And
is he though?
I don't know. Obviously he doesn't have the resume that Jim Schwartz does. He doesn't have the experience that Jim Schwartz does. So you're right. You're right, Papa. Maybe I'm giving him even too much by saying that.
What did I do?
No, that was me who said, "Is he though?"
I was like, what did I do?
I thought it was
like,
Papa.
I'm just
me and Papa. We sound similar all the time,
right? Yeah.
We're getting confused all the time. I'm always getting yelled at because of Papa. But BPS, what do you think of our defensive coordinator going forward?
Hold up, I'm so sorry.
Oh no,
he froze on Sark?
Your boy. I'm gonna say right now, your boy might have just gotten a date.
Oh, Christian Mingle finally worked?
No, man. Nah, bro. Instagram, my guy. Christian Mingle. Bro, come on now.
How old is she?
More like farmers only
20.
for Papa. More like farmers
so
only.
she's around
I
your
did
age.
make a farmers only account in math class as a joke because somebody dared me to.
I knew it.
Papa got that wild
profile
card
pic and
fever
bio on
kicking
that
in.
thing.
Yep, got that WFC. WTF, I mean.
Wild card fever. That's called a more. Look at him. So excited.
Bro, look. I was like, I took the same approach. I took the same approach I always do with every woman. She's cute. She's funny. How is she gonna reject me?
He watches your YouTube content.
God, I hope not. There's no way in hell she said yes.
No, I'm just
That
kidding.
was the case. Listen. And although I will say, unfortunately, she is a Vikings fan.
Oh,
But
Man, that's tough.
she likes guns, so I'm there.
So it's
Hey,
2017.
every time you guys, hey,
at least
Papa,
she's not a
I
Seattle
would have been
fan.
sleeping on the couch, yeah.
Papa, you just remember this. Anytime, if you guys build a relationship, anytime you guys get into a fight, just be like, look at her in the face and be like, NFC Championship 2017.
What was funny was on Bumble, like I said, I found her on Instagram because it was recommended, and then I saw her on like a dating app or whatever. And she was part of it was like, I'm a Vikings fan, so I'm used to disappointment. I went, this is perfect.
She's not a
I'm Eagles
Cowboys
fan.
fan.
At
Right?
least she's
Oh, that would have
not
been a hard no.
Seahawks
I'd have been like, that would have been so conflicting because I would have just been like,
Yeah, at least she's not.
I would have just been like,
a
which head am I
Cowboys
thinking with
Giants
right now?
fan.
Let me not say this
Cowboys,
comments.
Giants, Washington, Seattle. We don't want any of that. I hate Seattle too.
So Slay, what did you think about Gannon?
Oh, yeah, my bad. I'm sorry, Vic. To answer
you're
your question, on Gannon, I mean, the only excuse I've given him this entire year, and the entire excuse was he has very little to work with. And that's an excuse for Gannon, but it's still not an excuse when it comes to game time when we see this repeatedly. Today he was a little better, but I still didn't like what I've seen. The checkdowns, the little slant routes that get 7 to 8, 9 yards, and that may not be a lot, but it takes time off the clock and it chews down more clock. So I felt like it was more sort of those little 7-yard to 8-yard gains. Papa Sar smiling over there. Yeah. Gannon, he just can't handle those like little 7-yard slants with other offenses. And it showed in that Jets game and it showed in this game. Screens, checkdowns, slants, anything imaginable that gains you 5 to 6 yards is good against Philly. It may not be deep, but it may be shorter. So that's where Gannon just lacks. If he gets better at that next year with some other players in the draft this year, then hey, I'll keep him for another year. But this year, he's been abysmal.
You're a generous man to keep him around for another year.
Hey, man, I don't like the dude. You know I don't like him, but I'll keep him for another year. I'll give him one more opportunity.
Bless your heart. Papa, what do you think of this disaster we call Coach Gannon?
Hire Vic for DC.
All I'm saying is if, somebody wants to offer him and if he happens to take a spot on a different team, I won't be heartbroken. Really, I think kind of what it is, maybe it takes time. And I'll give him, because there are some games where it's like, okay, cool, he's getting in the groove. And there are other games like, fire this man immediately. We're Eagles fans. We live in the moment, Like I said, as soon as Goddard got that interception, I'm saying that man walks home with no paycheck. And then slowly, as he's progressing, I'm like, we live in the moment. We're good. He gets full paid. Gotti, I'm so sorry, because I always call him Gotti, because Goddard's really hard to spell sometimes. Especially after you have a couple of drinks in your system.
GL, it confuses you. You think it's GE.
That's that wild card fever setting, man.
Which it's really weird because that's like the most American last name because it's got the two most American things, God and dirt in it. Like
Wild card fever.
Classic.
I mean,
that's my favorite. As a Southerner, those are my two favorite things. But where the fuck was I going with this? Right.
God made dirt. Dirt don't hurt. I die. Right. You know what?
Rain makes corn. Corn makes. Wait, no, that's never mind. Wrong song. But yeah, so there are some games to where it's like, oh, he's great. In other games, it's fired because fire him. But yeah, that's the number one coach to where he is on the hot seat. If anybody, there are two people I could see leaving: our wide receivers coach and Gannon. But Gannon's like number one on that list. And maybe all he needs is, and I don't remember who mentioned it. It might have been everybody here, or it might have just been a topic on East meets West, which is Wednesdays. Make sure to tune in, audience. Anyways,
attaboy.
It was like if you bring him, thanks, Dad. If you bring him like a senior defensive analysis, somebody to be like, hey, don't do that. Like just somebody to kind of, especially since they're all rookie head coaches, somebody to just be like, that's not the best. That's not the best thing you could do right now. Just kind of somebody to keep him in his lane, kind of keep him on a leash, and then eventually be like, and now you're free. Now you're good to go. Or maybe you just need better defensive staffs. I mean, shit, I've been preaching for Brian Dawkins to be our defensive backs coach. Imagine making a mistake and then having to see him on the sideline.
We need more talent at defensive end. You know, where have our defensive ends been, man? I didn't even hear Josh Sweat's
Brandon Graham
name
got injured.
Well, I know that.
Linebackers. We need
Which
more talent at
where was
linebackers.
he at
speaking of defensive, was Fletch playing on the end?
Yeah,
The
he
edge?
was. He was.
Yeah, he was.
That's
I was about to say, I feel like I saw
They
Fletch
had
playing on the
Jackson
edge.
out there
That's
too.
generally
They
where
had
most of our
Tyrod
pressures
Jackson out
came.
there too. So they
Yeah,
need
because I was
more
gonna say I saw Jackson get pressure because I was about to say I remember seeing when Jackson got a sack. Yeah, when I saw Jackson get his sack, I saw he was D tackle, but Hargrave and Fletch were in as well. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he was at if Fletch was playing edge.
But I think that has a lot to do with the
He
fact
only had
that
one
Von
sack, and that was
not creating much pressure.
Jackson was a tackle for loss.
Oh, was it? I don't know.
Yeah.
BLSG. Last but not least, let me get your thoughts on Coach Gannon.
Yeah, man. I mean, when in terms of what I think of Gannon, I mean, I feel like I'm not gonna go ahead. I mean, I know people are gonna think and say that Gannon has to be better overall in terms of like getting the defense together, planning a good defensive mindset, bringing on the blitzes, bringing on the zones, bringing on the man coverages. You honestly, you got to bring those early in the game and late in the game. We need to see this the entire game. We just can't see this towards the end of the game. We can't see this in the second quarter. We can't see this in the third. We can't see this in the fourth. We need to see this on the first.
Hold up, boys.
We need to see this on the first drive on defense. We can't be holding back, especially assuming even if we are to make the playoffs, we can't do that against a playoff team. Especially if we even do make the playoffs, we can't do that against a playoff team. We can't start slow. We got to start fast, and we have to be right. And Gannon better have a good defensive mindset, better bring some blitzes, zone, and some man coverages. And honestly, I think Gannon needs to improve in probably all those categories, but especially in terms of setting up his playbook of how he wants to set up the defense and get him going early.
Yeah. Listen.
He's more of a positional coach.
I got one more question for y'all.
Well, why is he
going
called a
forward.
defensive coordinator then, Sly?
We had a great game.
Let's go, Chicago Q. Sorry.
We're going into the Christmas season with a win. Before we go, we have, short rest. Let me get everyone's thoughts before we go on, our thoughts on going into Sunday. This is a short week, like I said. We got to forget about this game. It's already passed. It's a win. It's behind us. Now we're focused on New York. What do you think going into it? BLSG, let me get your thoughts.
Thoughts on it? We want a revenge on the Giants. We know we want payback from what happened in the Meadowlands. By the way, we don't want to talk about that game because Rager, you were a friggin' bust in that game. You dropped 2. It was just 2 drops. Yeah, we understand, but 2 drops that should have been touchdowns. But still, we want revenge on the New Jersey Giants. We want to beat them in Philadelphia. Philadelphia is the place to win it in. We won at home against Washington. Why not do it against New York? Let's go into Philly against the New York Giants, and you know what? Let's take revenge and get all over their ass. And yeah, man, if that can happen, man, that's a Merry Christmas right there. That's a Merry Christmas right there. If the Eagles beat the Giants on Sunday.
So real quick, BLSG, I'm glad that you mentioned. Oh, sorry.
Now you're good, Papa.
I keep lagging out, so I thought you were done.
All right,
glad you brought up.
Just hold it for a little bit longer.
Yep. Nope. Sorry, you're good.
So yeah,
I keep lagging.
So yeah, if the Eagles can just beat the Giants on Sunday, yeah, man, that's a perfect Christmas weekend right there. That is just a perfect Christmas weekend, man. And that's just the right way to finish it up. Finish it up with the Eagles win.
Papa Sorrel, let me get your thoughts.
Now you can go, Papa.
He got owned by a kid now.
There it is again. I don't know why I keep cutting out. Fucking Spectrum. Anyways, real quick before the thoughts, I'm glad you mentioned Rager because Goddard's comments on his drop was, I didn't feel it hit my foot, was upset I dropped it, something you never want to do, maybe a little rush, flushed it, and then just kind of continue on. That's the kind of mentality you want your receiver to have a drop. Now, again, as much as I like to shit on Rager because I don't like the guy, had a very good game today. So I will give him that. Rager is free from slander until the next game. And I better see Rager have a touchdown next game. Because if I don't, I'm just going to be pissed. I don't care if we win. Rager got to have a touchdown. He got to have 2 touchdowns just so he can be forgiven from the last Giants game.
Win.
Thoughts for the Eagles going into Sunday? Pretty confident. Rust, I think, is definitely off. If Mike Glennon's the guy, honestly, with the Giants, I don't think it mattered what quarterback. Because, again, number one thing, which we've been saying for every game, pressure. Got to get that pressure going. Definitely likes, which I even gave you credit for that, Foothills. I freaking loved that comment where it was Gilbert is wearing our logo on his jersey.
Oh my God.
Because it went from early in the first half to Gilbert's not going to get a single stain on his jersey to he is wearing our logo on his jersey. It went from white to green. Yeah. Definitely, I think you got to get pressure. As much as, obviously, I tried to look to see if I could find any updates on Stoll. Didn't see anything. Saw he was kind of, or whenever he got up or off the field, it was one of the announcers saying, like, he got gingerly. He was favoring that right side. So, other than that, not a lot of losses, which is very crucial for this stretch of the game, because this is what would hopefully get us into the playoffs. 2, with having to play such a short week, no injuries would have been best, but little injuries, especially with Stoll being the only one, and you hopefully will get Dickerson back for Sunday. Very, very good injury-wise going into the next game. So you're looking to be healthy. Probably a lot of guys will still get rest
Right.
on the injury report, like the veterans and all that. Yeah, Jalen Hurts said it the best in his postgame. Job's not done. Job is not done. This team now has a clear path to the playoffs. They got to take it. And it started with Washington, and it's got to continue to the Giants. And that's about it. Job's not done.
Yeah, definitely. BPS, my guy, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I am also very confident going into this game. Correctly execute this time, you win this game. Just make adjustments. Last time we played,
Otherwise, you got to go ball, don't you, Slay?
No, our youngness, as if I would say, our young mantra kind of lost us that game. Us being so young of a team kind of lost us that game because we couldn't execute in that entire game. We had chances to score. We had chances and more opportunities to score in that game than maybe some of the other games in this entire season. In that just first half alone. But yeah, if we correctly executed, we would have had 25 plus points up in the board in that game alone. So if we execute this time and we execute this time well, I think we win this game.
I agree wholeheartedly. Phil's my guy. What are your thoughts on the Eagles going into Sunday? Oh, you're muted.
Hopefully, like BPS,
yeah, you're muted, bud.
Yeah, hopefully, like BPS said, we're able to get Dickerson back because you've seen, more times, or at times tonight that Opeta was definitely overmatched, especially when he was going against Jonathan Allen. Jonathan Allen had that sack on Hurts. He basically tackled him with one hand while he was being blocked by Opeta. So we get Dickerson back. That's going to help a lot. I say if we do, that Hurts should be right around where he was tonight, if not even maybe even a few less passing attempts, probably no more than 25 passing attempts, and just run the ball down the Giants' throat next week. Control the ball, control the clock, get an early lead, and just, really, we gotta hope that we can stay healthy. Hopefully we didn't contract anything during this game. I know they said hasn't been very much of an issue, but
Think about that.
you never know, right? Right. So you never know. Let's just hope and pray that our players continue. I think we're one of the highest vaccinated teams, so hopefully that'll help. Keep that COVID away. But I know it doesn't make
I was gonna say unless somebody pulled an AB.
right. But just hope and pray that we stay healthy, and hopefully they get a little rest and get right back at it, because we can't go into Philly this coming weekend and take the Giants lightly, because they're looking to ruin our season. Their season's done. They're planning their vacations and stuff like that in the off season right now. They're booking golf courses and stuff like that in the high end resorts, but they're looking to ruin our season. So we got to bring our A game. We got to play like we're playing against their starting quarterback, and our defense. I want to see them come out early and set a tone. Get some pressure, make make Glennon the football giraffe out there, make him uncomfortable early on and often, get some turnovers, and just really win the time of possession like we have been in a lot of the victories that we've had this year. So, yeah, that's my thoughts.
Yeah, man, I definitely agree, and I also agree with this comment here by Antonio Holmes. We have 500 plus yards. Pettit did a great job against a Pro Bowl player. I thought, aside of that one play where Allen got the best of him, there was one other play where he held, wasn't happy about that. For the most part, I think he filled in admirably. He did a great job. What was that?
Yeah, he got called for a hold. Yep.
Yeah, he got called for a hold, and it was a good play by.
It was on a play that they called back. I was a first down to Goddard over the middle, and yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember 2 on my Lotta and then the DPI, and those were the only flags I remember.
I was bitching about it because Pettis should know better than that.
That's right. Yeah.
The guy was already going to the ground. You just let him fall to the ground. There's no need to.
That's right. Yeah, because he picked him up. Yeah, that's right.
That was a stupid play.
I remember that now. Yeah.
Like I said,
fourth down, was it not?
Especially on the pass, but you'll move back, but wait until you're engaged. Don't keep on going back to invite a defender in the backfield.
That's right. Yeah.
Wait until you're engaged. That was a dumb move on him. So, but for the most part, other than that, I would give him a high C+.
Yeah. Who did Opeta go up against, by the way?
He was going against Jonathan Allen. Also,
and like I said, he's going against Jonathan. He only made 2 mistakes, 3. He had 2 penalties called against him. So let's call it what it is. He made 3 mistakes today, so that's pretty good. And like I said, the reason why I like Opeta so much
for a backup.
Yeah, but the reason why I like Opeta so much in that starting lineup is because I feel that it gives us a reason to put Dickerson in that center position.
You're so itching to get him at center, aren't you? You're itching.
Listen, I think that's where he's best needed. Like, that's where he's gonna best play. His best football is at center. I got it. He's great. He's physical. He's tall as a guard. But that's not his spot. You can be a good guard, but I guarantee you he will be a great center. That's what I want. I want greatness out of him. I don't want him to be good at one position. I want to be great at a position. And he's very smart. And I think, he's the guy that we're going to need to take over after Kelsey leaves. But, hey, we've hit the 2-hour 24 mark. Me and you, Foothills, we've been on now for over 4.5 hours. It's been a long night. We ended up with a win. Yeah, let's call it a night. Let's wrap it up. Yeah, oh, heck yeah. And to everyone in the chat, before I end this up, I want to say thank you for coming through. Everyone watching, I appreciate you so much. And if you could, please do me a favor. Everyone here, everyone that was here, please subscribe to the channel, hit a like button, throw a comment, and if you could, when they put something out, share it. Sharing means caring. And the more you share, the more eyes come on these videos, and, we can get subscribers. So, your help means a lot to us. Thank you for coming through. My guys, if I don't talk to y'all, I'm pretty sure we might do a stream, but if I don't, just in case, let me wish you and everyone else that's watching a very Merry Christmas. Let's let everybody know where they can find you. BPS, we'll kick it off with you.
Yeah, Big Place on Instagram, Twitter, and yeah, YouTube. Why do I have a
right? You kind of, your big one.
Yeah, yeah. Just go find me there. and have a Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, yo.
Merry Christmas, my guy. BLSG, let them know.
Yeah, man, you know where to find me, man. BLSG on YouTube, man. Search in the search bar. If you are subscribed to me, appreciate you for that. Unfortunately, we're probably not going to hit 300 subs by the end of the year, which is what I was trying to achieve. But at the end of the day, it's probably not going to happen. But you're not going to always get what you want. And follow me on Twitter, BLSG20. If you're already following me, appreciate that as well. Go give your boy a follow over there. And yeah, man, if I don't see y'all, have a Merry Christmas. But I'm thinking about doing a live Giants preview tomorrow because I'm not going to be at my house for the rest of the week. Going to go see family for the Christmas weekend. So I'm going to probably have a live preview out for tomorrow, hopefully, as well as my regular video preview that I normally do. So I hope to see some of you over there to hopefully come and chop it up with me. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. So if y'all come over there, man, definitely would appreciate that. And as always, man, even though it's early of the week, let's do it, man. Fly with fly. Let's go.
That's right. That's right. Papa, let the people at home know where they can find you.
Yeah, so
Ladies, man.
right? Yeah, so y'all can find me on Twitter at Papa_Fuchs. Fuchs spelled Fuchs. Almost forgot how to spell my last name, not gonna lie. Y'all can find me on Twitch and YouTube soon. Gotta get off my lazy ass and start that YouTube and get back on that Twitch. At Papa Sora. Yeah.
Papa, does your license plate say WT Fuchs?
No.
I really wonder if that's
That'd be funny,
I'm
actually.
not gonna lie.
you know?
So off topic real quick. Funny. So my senior yearbook, my senior quote was going to be, because this is when my senior year in high school was when COVID all started. And originally my senior quote was, "What the Fuchs just happened?" And I got a call from the principal and he was like, "Look, I love that quote. I was crying for like 5 minutes. Unfortunately, we can't post that."
Not a bad word.
No, I was
Did you at
like,
least get like a "get the Fuchs out of here"? Did you get one of those?
Bro,
No,
I'm
I
gonna
didn't. I
start
think
saying that. I'm
my
like,
my
You kidding me?
my senior quote ended up being
Everybody's Fuchs.
that don't sound right.
no,
bro.
my senior quote ended up being don't judge a man until you walk a mile in a shoe. After that, who cares? You took a shoe and you're a mile away. That ended up being my senior quote. That got approved.
That fits you so much better. It really does.
It does.
But yeah, so enough about senior year Papa Fuchs, but yeah, that's where y'all can find me. Have a blessed night. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's, y'all.
Merry Christmas, my guy. Foothills, let the people know.
Uncle Foothills.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, first and foremost, I want to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. If I don't see you guys or talk to you before then, Happy New Year's as well. Be safe, please. Enjoy the time with the family and friends, and the time off for work or school or whatever. Enjoy it all. Soak it up because it goes by quick. But I hope you guys have a great, great holiday. And yeah, you guys can find me on Instagram at Philly_Foothills82, on Twitter at Philly Foothills, and of course on YouTube all the time, 365, 24/7, supporting my Eagles out here on the West Coast. That's why it's called the Nest out West, because I'm rocking it out here in California. Born and raised, self-made Eagles fan. Definitely come check out my content. I'm always putting live streams out there, videos, shorts, things like that. So yes, everybody in the chat, thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you, everybody who came and joined us for the live play-by-play on all 3 of our channels on the triple live stream. So, yeah, you guys, let's get some rest and get ready for the Giants. Enjoy your holiday, definitely. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming through. I appreciate you all. To everybody watching, again, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I am Vick3. You see me in the chat. You'll see me on Twitter. You will always find me with these gentlemen, supporting great Eagles content. You'll always catch me with my guy below on the East Meets West every Wednesday at 10 p.m. You'll always catch me after every game like you are now on Vick3 Presents, the Eagles post-game panel show. And now you can catch me every Saturday with my guy Jerry Lee on the Big Ticket, where we take over the opponent's perspective of the game. You know, we hear their side. But again, I appreciate you all for watching. For y'all who will watch, thank you so much for coming through. Fellas, it was a great show. Again, we ended with a win, baby. Yeah, and as always, listen,
Good.
fly,
And this
Eagles,
guy
fly.
did-
Yes,
Let's
sir.
Appreciate you all. I
Right
hope
there.
to see you soon.
That's the
Have a
man.
great night. We're just going to edit with this. And shout out to Key in the building for a great intro and outro. I appreciate you so much. And look forward to next this Sunday. We'll show you her latest.
Sure.